Okay, here we go. We are in the outskirts. Now, I don't remember where I said we would be last time, because, well, there's been a bit of a change, and I'm going to step out of character for a second to explain it. First, I had to remove the 4K textures mod, hoping that it would fix... That's a zombie. Hoping that it would fix at least a part of my problems, and indeed it did. Jesus. It did. It reduced the stutter a little bit, and I figured it's not actually Vulcan or... God damn you! I actually did that in the wrong order, didn't I? Could have used a splint for this. And then use this thing. Either way, I'm going to need to fix everything. Alright. So, as I was saying, I thought at first it might be like Vulkan or something to do with the graphics card. It's the engine. It's the engine of the game that has problems running so much in terms of just the raw amount of files that it needs to work with. And that's why it's causing stuttering. Now, undoubtedly, a better PC with more RAM and everything would help, but it's not that helpful. Like I said, it's just a very, very old engine. And I've talked to the guys that are actually behind EFP. Actually, I've talked to them a fair bit about all my different technical issues that I have had here and there, both in respect to crashing and everything else. And we've fixed, well, rather they've fixed pretty much every problem I had, except for this stuttering, because I was vehement on keeping the 4K textures because the game looks a lot nicer with them. This way, it looks cleaner. So... yeah, there you go. And I would prefer a cleaner look with smooth performance than something that looks, you know, incredible in all respects. So, there you go. Alright. Anyways, so that was my out-of-character intro for the episode. Also, the reason I don't remember where I was last time is because I've lost a little bit in recording, about an episode and a half, maybe. The reason is my microphone died, believe it or not. Something burnt in the inner circuits or whatever, and it just wouldn't work. So I got a new one, the exact same one, because I put it to you, this is the best microphone for my setup and my use, and, you know, within my budget and all of that. But yeah, I needed to wait a little bit until it got here, and it got here relatively quickly, so everything's fine. It did set me back a fair bit of money, which I don't exactly have, but it's... listen, this entire thing is extremely important to me, and I'm willing to suffer a little bit just to get the good gear and the good recording software for all of you guys to enjoy my videos along with me. Or, you know, my experience playing this game along with me, I suppose. Alright, so, with that said, where the hell am I? Let's explore this place a little bit, because I've never been here. I have a mission to eliminate someone in the outskirts, and I have this. This is something new, this is something I just picked up from the Monolith base. And it is a Barrett M98B Bravo. Bolt-action sniper rifle chambered in .338 Lapua Magnum. Rather than modifying a hunting rifle, Barrett created a original design for the M98B. Features an adjustable stock, cheek bag for comfort, and adjustable trigger for preferable trigger control, a rear monopod, etc., etc. basically, this is our very first anti-material rifle. It's not chambered in 50 BMG, it's chambered in 338 Lapua Magnum, which is actually a good thing. 50 BMG is way too much for the zone. The rounds are too expensive, it's too hard on the gun. 338 Lapua Magnum is perfect. It has reach, it has penetration, it has raw damage and, you know, kinetic energy. It has everything you want out of a round, while still being relatively reasonably priced. So, upon discovering that there is absolutely nothing in the basement here, let's take a look at this. Oh, and I did get a new PDA as well. This is the PDA 2.0, but I got that one for, I'll be honest with you, dirt cheap, so that, I suppose, doesn't really matter all that much. Okay, Keeper of Secrets. Avenge the Sinners. Kill the Planner, who now made it all the way down here somehow. See, the Planner was around here when I went into the outskirts. Either way, though, I do need to check the laundromat for, hostiles. Yeah, I saw these guys on the PDA. And the laundromat should be dead ahead if I read the PDA right. Yeah? Well, apartment complex and then laundromat. I do need to check out both. Currently carrying around 70 kilos. I do have some things to sell. A couple of grenades. I'm also missing some... Okay. Also missing some pockets. I'd like to put in... well, a bit more here. Able to carry a few extra magazines. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do that with this combat rig, but that's fine. Medicine is alright. Ammo's okay for where I'm going. I'm not going far off into the unknown. It's just, well, a bit of cleanup, as they say, right? So, none of this should be a problem. And if memory serves, beyond this complex is, yeah. Well, this complex is exactly what I'm looking for, the laundromat. Last time I was here, had, well, let's say some unfinished business. And I would, as one could imagine, very much like to finish it. The scope comes integrated with this, or, well, I suppose integrated is one way of describing it. Not really integrated in the traditional sense of the word, but it comes with the rifle as soon as you buy it. It's not anything. There's nothing else you need to do with it. And I think I got this gas mask as well at one point. It's a little bit better at protecting against radiation than the previous one, and it's a lot more durable, which is very important for where we're going next. So, yeah. Other than that, though, things are more or less the same. I know we have our guys relatively near here, but yeah, we have our guys in there, and the laundromat is hostile. Alright. Let's get to position. Worth remembering that this is all friendly, and I could set up a trap using the anti-personnel mines I have, which I haven't put to great use just yet, but to be brutally honest, with the rifles I have, I don't think I'm going to need to put them to much better use. I will put on some armor-piercing ammunition, though, because last time I know I had problems penetrating enemy armor, and yes, I was using 45 ACP to do it, instead of what I'm going to call a proper military caliber. Meaning no offence to the 45 ACP and knowing full well that it was used and is used by the military. But what I mean is something that can stand up to body armour, right? In a more contemporary and traditional military standoff. Well, let's not step into the acid. And lights on. Back of the laundromat is clear. We have tourist and another guy here. Who are you? Cashier. Don't remember if these are the guys that I've killed. Or not. Oh, there's nobody here. But it certainly looks like someone was here up until recently. Okay. Do I have any food? No, but I think I can cook something, right? Yeah, purified snorkhand, right? 1, 2, 3, there we go. Good, excellent. Let's have some of that. I'll take that strong energy drink I just found as well. I can go downstairs and clear the other room. And the door I haven't opened. Assuming, of course, this is all empty, which I think it is. Yeah? Okay. And that, I believe, is the laundromat cleared. He has this Vityaz, which I really wanted. Of course, it's not in great condition, so never mind. But it's a Vityaz. Essentially, It's a regular Vityaz. The SN stands for the Picatinny rail that's on top of the dust cover here. And that's... yeah. I'd much prefer that than the dovetail thing. Even though, technically, there's no problem with getting a dovetail mount that basically sort of spirals from... I can use the AK to show it. It basically spirals from... like, it's basically... well, I'm complicating this. It's a dovetail mount and goes, like, over here, and this is where the sight goes, except instead of a sight, the dovetail mount has a Picatinny rail, and then you put something on top of that Picatinny rail. So it's a dovetail Picatinny mount, basically, right? It's basically the long way round of getting a Picatinny rail on top of the dust cover, and there's actually a very good reason why you don't want it on the actual dust cover, like welded on, and instead you want it to sort of curve from the dovetail up. When it curves like that from the dovetail and goes up, it's a lot more stable and holds zero a lot better. Just nailing or gluing or welding things to the dust cover is not great because the dust cover isn't the most stable part of the gun. See, that's the reason why you ideally want to have it like that. The problem is those dovetail Picatinny mounts, basically, if you catch my drift, are rare, and you don't really see them is because, well, there's nobody bringing them into the zone. It's a fairly niche and rare thing. They're mostly present in countries that are sort of between the two sides of the Cold War, right? Or in countries that sort of played both sides, right? So you have some Western and some Eastern technology, and you end up with kind of a mutant of a gun like that, where, you know, you get a dovetail, but also a Picatinny rail, and then you can put whatever you want on the Picatinny rail, and yeah, I think it's just infinitely more moddable and customizable and useful than a dovetail, but this way you literally get the best of both worlds. Even though, yes, it is a little bit awkward, I suppose. Alright, I could go to the Jubilini Service Center, but I don't think I need to. What I would rather do is go back to the Monolith base, all the way over here, and then... well, then probably go after some of my tasks, right? Keeper of Secrets is... yeah, that's for out there, and then I have this in the... yeah. So I feel like I can go to Radar, and no, not to Radar, to Jupiter, clear those guys out, and then into the Red Forest. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, let's go. And here we go, back in Jupiter. This time, though, we're not going back to the base and to the Palace of Culture. This time, we're here to stay a significant while longer. My objective currently is to eliminate an enemy group down there at the... what is that anomaly? I don't actually know. I need to go up there and check. And after that, I need to take out the entire enemy force around this train station. And after that, I can move on over to the Red Forest and get my reward for getting revenge on the killed sinners. So, I haven't bought any ammo, but I did do something at least in my modest opinion, pretty gosh darn genius, and I want to show that. So, everything looks fine, normal, and the same, right? Except it isn't. What I've done is I've put the full metal jacket rounds in these Bakelite magazines, and the AP rounds in the polymer magazines. That way, I can see visually in a split second which ammo needs to go in which magazine, how much ammo I have of each type in each magazine, and I just know that because it's color-coded, and I don't actually need to open up the magazine and check. I don't need to, eject around and see. I don't need to go into the details or whatever. It's just visual, and it's instantaneous. And honestly, I think this is the smartest thing I've ever done. So 2 mags of armor piercing, 3 mags of full metal jacket. And another 77 FMJ for, topping off the magazines, and another 57 or so of AP for topping these off. And yeah, let's remove that as well. Go back into the rifle and put in a Bakelite mag with FMJ. And there you go. Just perfect, beautiful, glorious. Right? That will make me so much more combat effective. And actually, in the process of unloading and loading all of these magazines, I actually got a little bit faster at, doing just that. Unloading and loading magazines. So that's also going to help out a little bit. But for now, I'm going hunting. See, the enemy group that I'm looking for should be just down this road, slightly off to the right. So I'm hoping, provided this side is clear, which for now it is. I do need to check the lower part of this thing, yeah? Right, looks clear for the time being. That should mean that I can get reasonably close. And start shooting. Kind of hard to believe that that was my only target, but maybe the other guy got killed somewhere along the way. And that was my first shot with the Beretta. Or not the Beretta, the Barrett. Beretta's the pistol, this is the Barrett. Okay. Now, friendlies are over there, which means the road forward should be at least relatively safe. I just need to check out this outpost up ahead, clear it of any enemies. And honestly, from here on in, if this outpost is empty, I should have a relatively easy time securing the train yard, because I have a long-range rifle, and I will have a height elevation, or a height advantage. I'll have better elevation over the train yard, so I should be able to take up a good position in one of these buildings, or next to, like, a rock or a tree, and next to some nice cover, and I should be able to clear out the train yard before actually... Obviously not the entire thing, but much of it before actually getting within weapons range for the majority of the enemies there. Of course, the downside of all of this is it's rather expensive. 338 is cheaper than 50 BMG, undoubtedly. But it's not cheap. And every time I fire this gun, I burn a hole in my pocket for more ammunition, or I simply will not have enough ammunition to replace, money, or I won't be able to find enough ammunition to replace what I'm using. That's a problem, obviously, but for now, I'm not thinking too much about that. Now, of course, just because this checkpoint is empty doesn't mean that instantly I'm within range of the train station and that I'm able to start killing people. I'll need to find a better position. I can't hit anything from here. Well, although I say that, it's not a terrible position. What it lacks for cover, it makes up for a good makes up in a good vantage point. But I can get a bit closer. I think I can get a slightly better position on them. Where exactly is this train station? It's dead ahead, right. Right, okay. Of course, the not so tactically relevant, but still. Okay, I'm sorry about that, but the game froze for a good 3 minutes there, and I was really hoping it wouldn't crash. I'm going to save just in case it did, and I'm sorry for stepping out of character, but... well, it is literally around 100 degrees Fahrenheit in my room right now, and generally where I live. We're having some fairly extreme heat waves, and I don't expect my tech to, you know, my PC and everything to handle it extremely well, but hey. Alright, back into character, let's go. We are on the hunt. And as I was saying, the sort of third important thing about this Barrett, you know, other than the expensive ammo, the ludicrously powerful caliber with plenty of penetration and oomph. The third thing that's very important about it is that it's incredibly fun to shoot. Now, it's not the best sniper rifle out there. It has its issues, and there are a few others I would prefer. I would actually love a DVL-10 Saboteur. Maybe even in a slightly smaller caliber, that wouldn't actually be the worst thing in the world, because it would still deliver plenty of punch and penetration of enemy armor, and bulletproof vests and all of that, whilst being more economical. But that's not the most important thing. I would love the silencer that comes integrated with the DVL-10. That would have been amazing. Of course, that's unfortunately not available to me right now. This was the only good sniper rifle available, and I really needed one, and I had a lot of money. And, well, where I'm going, I won't need money. There won't be anything to buy. So... I was hoping I would see more enemies right about now, like a patrol or something, but no such luck, apparently. Seriously? A bunch of angry Tushkanos attacked me in the bushes. Scared the life out of me. Okay, fine. I'll make it to that bridge. See if I can't spot anyone from there. Radiation. How much? 3 MSV. That's nothing. Right. Do I need anything? Food and... yeah, I could eat something. Okay, let's grab a bite to eat, and then... Probably gonna have to drink something soon as well. But this is going to be a very good spot. Now, obviously, I can't go across the bridge exactly. Due to the anomalies. But I can camp up here and see if I can spot someone, which I cannot. Can I actually go across the bridge proper? Yeah, so there are anomalies, but I can navigate in between them. Oh, I feel like a proper sniper now. And hello. Oh, there is a lot of them out there. Ecologists. Mainly ecologists. Okay. Let's eject that magazine. Put it back into the rifle. How much do they hold? 10. Magazine capacity also very good on this weapon. But here's the thing, there's a lot of enemies out there, and I don't think I can kill them all from up here. I would have loved to take a few shots at the train station, but it appears that's not going to be an option. Instead, not going to be an option, it's not going to be exactly possible. Instead, I need to take shots at this thing here. This isn't the ideal position to do that, though. And trigger discipline is going to be important. So instead of taking the shot, I'm going to hop this fence, get on this side, and I'm going to go up to that bunker. Now, I think that bunker is abandoned, and it has like a psi field or something in it. I'm also sleepy, that's not ideal. Okay, boiled water's slightly toxic. Let's not risk it. Now I have mineral water, might as well use it. Of course, all the carbonation's gone from it, because I've been lugging it around so much, but... Hey. Yeah, trigger discipline, very important here. I think there's zombies or something up in these installations like this. Their brains fried away from the radiation. And such. And, yeah, there they are. Either way, that means friendlies, right? And so... Ooh, this is close. That's very close. Prefer to get a bit of distance, but it's not just the zombies. They're going to be my, well, both my early warning system, and it'll be something between me and the targets. Because I'm assuming, because there's so many of them out there, that they're going to start chasing me the moment I start taking shots. Because I highly doubt that they are willing to just sit there and take it. And of course, if I'm wrong, all the more kills for me, and all the more loot. But if I'm not wrong, then the zombies will act as protection. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, Misfire. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Misfire. One more round. Come on. Ну давай, one more. Game. He did like a weird turn. Ten more rounds. I don't quite understand how and what they're doing there with their movement. Is that the zombies? No, that's too far away. But this is a good position. The only way they can reach me is through these bushes in the open fence, or they have to go through the zombies, and if they go through the zombies, I'll hear shots at least. 1. Gunman fire. On time. 3. 4. 5. 6. 'Yeah, that's also a problem. It does the same. Never mind. It racks the bolt even though there's a round in the chamber already. Tad unfortunate, but such is the problem with several guns, actually. Here's the thing, the more I kill from this range, the easier time I'm going to have storming this fortification. That thing's seriously not dead yet. Okay, drop the force field. Seriously? How many bullets did that take? Fuck. Okay. Served well, Kit. And I think I have one more car on me. And I'll make it out. Size storm in 12 hours. Okay. Acceptable. Yeah, I have another car kit. Okay. At the end of the day, the worst part of all of this is going to be the damage the armor took, because I can fix everything else on me, but not the armor. Actually, the armor's fine. It's the gas mask that took the hit. Which is fine, I suppose. Okay, third magazine of Full Metal Jacket. Let's see what I got for my trouble. Multiple shots to the head and he's still alive. That's just ridiculous. Well, I'm almost out of Full Metal Jacket ammo. But I do load my magazines noticeably quicker now, so... At least something good came out of all this running around and shooting. I would laugh at the loot goblins that come and try and hoover up everything from their fallen comrades. But everyone does it. And sometimes I, too, fall victim to an innate instinct, I guess, and desire for better equipment. And I do the same thing, so I won't laugh, and I won't. Well, frankly, I won't even mention it any more than I already have. Right. Let's wait here for about a minute or two. And if nobody comes out, let's go storm that bunker.